Happy Sunday. Woohoo! Wow. First day in the last 3 days where I haven't been all over the place. Still recovering, like I said in the description. Still recovering from a Halloween weekend. One of the busier times of the year. I know we got the holidays coming, we got Christmas coming, but like I said, I don't have any like live things going on. Like I was telling Brad last night, a lot of people look at Black Friday and the holidays as a stressful time and period. To me, that just comes naturally. But like I said, uh, after we had Rocky Horror Friday night, we had our drive-in last night, and then like I said, there's just a lot of moving pieces, and then we did our show last night. By the way, I was able to watch the show on the rewatch, and I am really, like I said, let me put it in the thing because I know you guys. Some of you guys may have watched it live. Some of you are watching tonight that may have not watched it at all. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and post it in there. I like the way the show looked, sounded. I mean, I was happy to be able to do it at the store because as much as I'm improving my environment here, I really like the way the store's aesthetics look is with my backdrop and everything else. So all right, let's say hi. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting this. This actually happened 2 weeks ago. But hey, my little ghetto YouTube page has gotten 17,500 views. Now I know, amongst my compatriots, that's a minuscule amount, but given how much time I put into it when I got started, the fact that I spent a lot of time on Point Diction Lounge. By the way, I'll be when I broadcast tomorrow night, it'll be from both the Point Diction Lounge and here. Given a relatively new I am added. There you go, 17,500 views. Where that puts me, I don't know, but it's kind of. VidQ, who keeps track of all the stuff, thought well enough of it to send me an email about it. So hey, there you go, another star on the wall. All right, let's say hi to everybody who survived till Sunday. How you doing, Chappie? What's going on? Would you like to see J.J. Abrams' Superman script get made, or do you think it's best we didn't see it? I think it's the best we didn't see it. Every script and it has its time and window. When you get to the opportunity of making something, you have to go with it. And if it gets delayed, if things get delayed and things change, circumstances change, sometimes that script may not, progress with the moment. I don't know. I didn't see the script, but um, like I said, having not seen it just didn't really change anything for me. Um, it still might end up happening. Who knows what we're going to get when it comes to Superman? Like I said, the reason why I keep bringing up Elseworlds and the possibility of Elseworlds is because I really do think that everybody involved will eventually exercise and utilize that tool. And who knows? Maybe it could be J.J. Abrams. Maybe it could be someone else, some other production company. Right now, we just it's kind of hard to guess. But I think I'm okay without having seen it. How you doing, Spider-Man? What's going on? Thoughts on the Island of Dr. Ramu? Yasmin of the Night, that's a horrible movie. I just didn't like the movie. I think it's one of I don't think it's Val Kilmer's fault, but it's just not a very good movie. Sorry. All right, William, think it would make sense for Blumhouse to take over the whole Dark Universe from Universal Studios. They have a proven track record. I mean, and they have a great relationship with Universal Studios. So why not? I mean, I think right now Blumhouse's credibility is really, really high. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's, something I didn't even know what the hell it was a few days ago, is now at 130 million. 130 million. And something that got released on Peacock. So everybody who says, well, when you release stuff on day in, that you're ruining the world. No, you're not. All those people, including a lot of people, 50 some odd people that we sent, every one of those people were thrilled to see that on the big screen. And you know what they probably did? they like everybody I sent to a day and day movies, and we've done a lot. We sent it to the Matrix, we've done it to Dune, Suicide Squad, all the in this one, Five Nights at Freddy's, everyone I've ever sent, every group I've sent, as soon as they get home and it's on day and day, they watch it again. So I did the same thing with the Suicide Squad because I enjoyed the Suicide Squad. So congratulations to like I said, I was like a molecule part of it. We promoted it, obviously. So I'm biased about as happy that it's. I want all the movies that we promote at the center to be successful, but they're not all successful. But I'm gonna watch Five Nights at Freddy's here probably later on tonight after the stream. Hi, look, it's Rhea. Hi, Rhea. How are you doing? Full of energy as usual. Yes. Hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, we're good. We're moving up. We're closing in on 300. I know, like I said, when I say these numbers, it's like most of my compatriots, but they've been at it for a long time too. So I don't really. And like I said, a lot of people built thousands and thousands of subscribers at the heat of the moment. When the whole Snyder thing when we're all trying to figure out what was going on, a lot of us flocked to a lot of sources to find out. And that's how a lot of this got built up. So I kind of started after that. I was part of that as far as being a fan and a viewer of a lot of these guys, but I wasn't building up. I wasn't on YouTube then. So most of my following comes from just what we do now. Some of it comes from the Point Extra Lounge as well. But I'll be, like I said, I'm going to thought he'd actually be back by now, but hey, he's enjoying life. So I'm going to probably sneak over there tomorrow night and we'll be simulcasting from both places. Probably going to do a lot more of that just to keep that algorithm going up there and let people know, hey, the channel's still alive. We're just waiting for him to come back. So yeah, hit the like, subscribe, share, notification, all the buttons. All right, let's see. We're going here. Yep, 9 more to 300. We got we went from 200 to get to closing on 300 relatively quick. There was one live stream we did about a month and a half ago where I got like literally 38 subscribers in one night. It's one of our better shows, apparently. So I was happy with that. All right, so I can see Fourth is down there. All right, how you doing, Aaron? My favorite Australian. Aaron, I tasted Vegemite. I put it on some toast, and I thought of you and the other Australian that gave it to me. So every time I see, I think of something goofy about Australia. I'm sorry. Happy Monday. Let's see, there you go. Germany's still recovering. Also, I slept most of the day today, and now I'm just gonna relax and do some gaming tonight. Yeah, I went. We went. Germany played Brad in our Rocky Horror production here, and like I said, I went the next night. We had our Halloween drive-in, so it was like, man, this is Sunday, and I have work today, so Sunday was like the this is the first day where things kind of slowed down, and I was able to enjoy. Yeah, watch hours. I mean, like I said, it's kind of cool. It's like, hey, and like I said, we're looking at I'm looking at where our numbers are going, and I'm looking a lot at the algorithms and stuff and seeing what people enjoy. The watch alongs are doing well. The 2 watch along by the way, we got another watch along this Saturday afternoon. Tentatively it's going to be 2:00. It's going to be 2:00 Pacific time. It's going to be Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, and then we'll start going down the list. But as we get close to Rebel Moon, like I said, I see an influence in what I've seen in the trailers and what the premise of Rebel Moon is. I see personally, I see a connection there. And if I ever get a chance to ask Zack Snyder that question, I'm going to ask him: is Rebel Moon, how much of that is influenced, if at all, directly or indirectly, and how much of your work in general is influenced by it? I'm curious because I know, like I said, most of my favorite directors have been influenced by him. So I'm just curious to see, if there's any dynamic there at all. If not, it'd be hilarious if he said, nope, don't even know who he is. That'd be hilarious. But you know what? As a fan, I see influences where I see them. So I'd love to answer. Yeah, send them both like went to the shadow realm. Yeah, we actually hit we actually look at we're actually getting up. I guess I'm focusing more on that aspect of it as well. But I know the other night, let's see, hold on. Let's see, expand. Where are we at on likes last night? Last night, at 20. We're going up. We were averaging 7 and 8 for a while, then we went up to 10. Now we're averaging 25 likes, so that helps. And like I said, that's just on the first night. a good bulk of our views from last week's Saturday overnight show came on like a Thursday, like this last Thursday. I'm like, wow. So that's how YouTube works. So yeah, hit the like and subscribe button. Have some fun. I guess. Happy Sunday, Monday. Yeah, Daniel Martin, what's going on, dude? Congrats on 17.5 views, William. Another brick in the wall. Yeah. Yep. One milestone at a time. All right. Toothy galore. When is it? How many days do we have? William, you and other horror fans need to watch a horror movie when evil lurks. It's a Spanish-made horror movie. That is basically the thing. Wait a minute. Didn't we talk about this before? Was it you? I think I saw this. Let me see if we're talking about the right movie. Because we were talking about Spanish horror movies. No, this is This is a newer one. This is 2023. Damien Runga. All right, Spanish made in 2023. Argentine supernatural psychological horror film written and directed by I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. Damien Rugna. International co-production. Let's see who made it. Wow, it's super indie, dude. IFC. We used to promote IFC films, and it's on Shudder. Okay. Am I still on Shudder? I think I'm still on Shudder. The release film project. Okay, moves to Toronto Film Festival. Follow by release on Summer Stream. Okay, so it just came out on Shudder on the 27th. You know what, dude? I've been looking for something to do as just a random watch along. Just a horror movie to do, just out of nowhere. I think you might have just hold on. Let me remind myself this. All right. Like I said, I'm enjoying the watch alongs. My fans are enjoying the watch alongs, but something like this is right down my alley. I mean, I thought I'd seen something like this before, but no, this just got released, so I'm on it. What would you guys be into like Friday night, later night watch alongs when it comes to like horror movies or something like that? Let me know. I think I'm gonna put that in community chat because I watch horror movies on the regular anyway. While I watch this stuff, I may as well be watching it with you guys. I mean, it's like, if I can't go to the movies and see all these things, I may as well be watching it with you guys. All right, let's see. Smash the like button if you haven't. Yes, do that. How many are we at now? Let's go to my normal. Oh yeah, and if you the tip link is stapled to the top of the chat. If you'd like to support the Sci-Fi Center in any way, shape, or form, anything helps. Obviously. This little journey we're on, any support we can get. You can also join the Patreon. That Akira Sauer stream is going to be co-hosted with me and my patrons. I'm thinking about doing a Friday night stream this November or this coming Friday. And I was thinking about a movie, and I think Fourth may have just given me one because Shudder's easy. So yeah, that's I'm thinking about doing a little bit more interactive. There are a lot of people do. I mean, live streams are cool, but I watch horror movies. I watch science fiction movies, so why not? But yeah, if you like to join the Patreon, let's see, patreon.com. That link is also in the description. But for those of you who don't want to go there, here's that. I got my last mini poster that I was waiting for so I could send it out to you guys, and that was the Five Nights at Freddy's poster. Some of the movie club posters, you're going to be getting that one and all the other ones. The next one is a Hunger Games, but I don't think any of you guys are into that, so I'm not going to wait on that one before I send it out. And I got your addresses. I got one. I'm still waiting on a couple people's addresses, but yeah, you should be getting that. Sorry it's taking so long, but I figure if I'm going to send it out, we have a lot of movie promotions in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I figured, why not just get them all to you? And Don't know when the next digital screening is gonna be, but I know I have some Fandango tickets that I'll get you guys. All right, so the Patreon is in there. So let's see where we're at with Patreon. Insights, audience. Oh, they changed the logo of Patreon. Why? Why? Looks like a, I don't know. Kind of weird. All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna do a lot with the Patreon this weekend. This weekend's gonna be a big week for Patreon. We got the Kurosawa stream. We have the I'm thinking about Friday night. Maybe 10ish Pacific time. What do you guys think? Let me know. Right. See who else. I don't think Blumhouse track record of keep cheap can't go wrong and can't. Dude, I fucked that up. I don't think Blumhouse track record of keep it cheap can't go wrong. It's great while other studios are making risks. Congrats to them and the rarity of Five Nights at Freddy. Yeah, I'm really happy for them. I think there should be a balance though. I mean, I love the big studio movies. I love the big budget movies. I have fun with those. But I think that a lot of these movie companies, a lot of the big ones, have subsidiaries that they work with that are independent ones that, because like I said, Warner Brothers and a lot of these ones and Universal, they're the distributor, but you have the other smaller studios that aren't, that hook up to these guys. So it's kind of like the shark that has alarm praise on it. That's what these independent studios are, because they're not the hardest part. And when we talk about with independent filmmakers, when we're able to get them on, the getting the movie made is hard, and getting the budget, all that's hard, but a lot of them are used to that. But as you remember, every person that comes on our show that talks about what memory, and I always ask them, what's the hardest part? When I had Lou Simone on a couple months back, what was the hardest part? Getting it distributed. And even these studios that are even bigger than indies, the distribution is the hardest thing. So yeah, I'm happy for Blumhouse. I'm glad they have a good relationship with Universal Studios. A24, all these ones are doing well, and I'm also happy with the big budget ones that do well, like Dune, things like that. I just think it helps. And like I said, another thing I think helps indie movies is streaming, because the justification to get an independent movie made may not be there just based on, hey, if I make this avant-garde movie, this horror movie for dirt cheap, we're not going to be able to spend the money to get it out there, get it, get distribution. But you know what? We have Shudder, we have HBO Max, we have Peacock, we have some of those ones, that can justify, hey, you know what? If you get a good audience on a subscription service like Shudder, you justified it. They get a cut of that. So and then you have a lot of these other streaming services like Plex and all the other ones that are free, and then they're ad based. So there's just so many platforms right now for independent movies to go at. And like I said, you also have Trauma. By the way, Trauma now, get the app, you get 1 month free. Subscribe. Support Trauma. 50 years of indie filmmaking. How you doing, Beltre? What's going on? I haven't watched Flowers of Killer Moon. I was gonna go tonight, but I didn't get done with what I was doing until like 9:30, and I just didn't have 3 hours in me. And I really want to see that movie. I've been waiting for that movie. I just didn't realize how fucking exhausted I would be at the end of this week. And so yeah, and just to sit down, I don't want to sit. It's a 3.5 hour movie, and I'm already tired. So if I fall asleep in the movie, I'm gonna be pissed. So I might see that. I may see that later. It's gonna be in theaters for a while, and then, like I said, even when it leaves theaters, it's gonna come back in theaters once Oscar nominations happen too. But I do want to see it on the big screen because I'm a big Scorsese fan. Let's see. William SAG-AFTRA releases a statement, a vague statement, by the way, confirming they met with the studios over the weekend. We have discussed all open proposals, including AI with Timothy. Yeah, but yeah, this part right here, both parties will be working independently Monday to re-engage on scheduling at the end of the day. That just basically tells me we're at the same spot where we were a couple of days ago. I was hearing things today that they're at the finish line, at the home stretch, and I'm like, yay! I'm sick of this strike. I am really sick of this strike This strike has fucked up everything. I can't go see Dune. Dune. Remember, this week was supposed to be Dune, if I recall. Dune's original date was when was Dune supposed to be? I think it was this week, right? All right, Dune Part 2, March 15th, 2024. And that's not happening. Let's see. Release. Dune Part 2 was originally scheduled to be released 2020, October 20th, 2023, but was delayed to November 17th. So it wasn't this week, it would have been a couple weeks from now. But right now, if Dune was coming out when it was supposed to come out, we would be promoting it right now. We would be doing posters right now. We would be putting people, getting people ready, to go see free screenings and stuff right now. It's just, it's just heartbreaking. And then, like I said, all my TV shows, all the stuff that I've been waiting for to come out is just basically been, just pushed back. I'm sick of this strike. I mean, damn. And I'm sick of, but we have to talk about it. I mean, I can't, I can't engage in pop culture without, discussing, the elephant in the room, even if it's an elephant I wish wasn't in the room, but I want the strike to be over. I was, like I said, people have been sending me stuff all day. Brad's been sending me stuff all day saying, hey, it looks like we're on the home stretch. And then, RJ was talking about it last night when the Saturday night show. I'm like, yes. But then I see a vague statement like that. I'm like, okay, well, at least you're not wanting to slap the shit out of each other like you were a few days ago. I guess that's progress, but hurry the fuck up and end this. My goodness. I don't know. Dr. Moreau had a very troubled production halfway through. They fired the director and brought in someone to help finish the movie, but Val Kilmer and Marlon Brando were dicks on set. I've always later in life, but I always heard Val Kilmer was pretty nice, but I guess not. But Marlon Brando, no, I've always heard Marlon Brando was a problem. He's always been a problem. And then if you watch there's a show called The Proposal. It's about the making of The Godfather, and when they were trying to cast Marlon Brando, there was a lot of he was so difficult to work with that they had to fight. Mario Puzo had to fight, and all the staff that on there had to fight, even though the studio didn't want him because he's the problem. But he they cast him. He ended up winning the best actor for a Best Actor award. Yeah, historically, Marlon Brando's always been a problem, especially after he won that Academy Award. If you notice, he didn't do too many movies after that. Yeah, so yeah. I've seen Parasite. I didn't think it was the best movie of the year. I thought it was good, but Parasite won best movie, and didn't it? And the guy who did Parasite is the same guy who did The Host, one of my favorite Korean horror movies or monster movies. Yeah. Yeah, it won. Yeah, it won Best Picture. I mean, like I did not think. I mean, I thought it was a good movie. I didn't. I was shocked when it won. I was shocked when it won. When it won. Best Director. And I think he won Best Director, didn't he? Let's see. All of Boom Kills have been South Korean production, although both Snowpiercer and Okra are mostly in English language. Two of his films have screened competition in Cannes Film Festival. Parasite, the latter, let's see. He's the first South Korean to receive Academy Award nominations, with Boom winning Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That movie was good, but if I can remember correctly, yes, he did The Host, and The Host I loved. Snowpiercer, yeah, he's done Memories of Murder. He's got a great resume. But like I said, I was shocked when that movie won Best Picture, because I just didn't think it was the best picture of the year. What was it up against? I forgot what it was up against. Let's see. Because like I say, his movies have a cult following. You know, like I said, a lot of people. I showed the host at my screening room. A lot of people didn't know what it was, but a lot of people don't get into didn't get into let's see, 90 let's Academy Award. All right, Parasite won for Best Picture. And let's look at the movies that were out. Jojo Rabbit actually won an Academy Award for screenplay. Joker, I thought Joker was a better movie than Parasite. Um, I Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I thought was a better movie than that. Little Women, I wasn't chick flicks. I thought Jojo Rabbit was better. I thought Ford for Ferrari. I mean, out of all the movies that got nominated, I was shocked that I didn't think that was anywhere near the best one. As far as best director goes, Quentin Tarantino was up there. I thought he did a better job as in that movie. Sam Mendes in 1976 did an extraordinary job. Todd Phillips for Joker. Martin Scorsese for. I mean, I just didn't agree with that choice, but I like his work though, and I like his movies. William, did you see legal representatives for SAG-AFTRA and Armpit were partly present? That's good because remember when WGA was nearing there and the legal representatives were in there, and then they eventually turned it over to the legal representatives because see, here's what we're listening for when we're talking about these strikes, and mainly when we reach an agreement in principle, that should be it. Once they reach an agreement in principle, then they can turn it over to lawyers and they can get all the minutia out of the way. But once the big wigs and the negotiation guys get up from the table and you hear the words agreement in principle, that's when the lawyers get, and then within days you should have a resolution, and that's where we need to be. I'm tired of this strike. William, weird flex, but chocolate and cheese. Ooh, chocolate and cheese. Wow, that's a weird. What kind of cheese we talking about? I'm curious. That's a weird. I'll give it a try, but wow, that's a weird mixture. Yeah, I know what you meant. You guys, when you guys do these typos, I never really point out the typos because I am the absolute king of all typos. There's been so many times where I typed in a chat and it looks like shit because I did it, and then somebody will read it all wrong and mess with me. So, Irrational Skeptic. So what's going on with Eyes Off Film, Constantine 2, and not Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman film gun is already. I don't know. I have no answer for you. I keep hearing that they're going forward. I heard more news about Constantine going on. Is it Constantine or Constantine? Because when I watch Sandman, she's Constantine. But all my life, coming from Vertigo, I always say Constantine. I'm going to continue to say Constantine. Damn it. I don't know. I keep hearing yes, but I don't know where it all fits. And this is where I have to hear from James Gunn exactly what's going on. And until then, like I said, are we going to have a lively and vibrant Elseworlds to where we're constantly throwing things out there like that? But like I said, and I'm all for that. But that's the only way I see that these films, Constantine too. If he's going to do Swamp Thing and he's going to dial into that Black Label and Vertigo, I can't believe that James Gunn is not going to do his own Constantine. I just can't believe that he would be that would, I don't think he would adapt Keanu Reeves' version. I don't think he should. So I'm thinking that if these projects go forward, they're gonna be Elseworlds titles. All right. So is the watch along the same day? You talking about the Kurosawa? The Kurosawa one will be the Patreon stream for that day. I might do I might do earlier afternoon or earlier, 4 o'clock ish Patreon stream on Friday, just talking with us. Just go, just and then Saturday afternoon would be the Kurosawa one. And if you guys want to do a watch along, a horror movie watch along, I would do that later on at night. I would do that from here and just kick back and watch a horror movie with you guys. I don't mind doing that at all. To be honest with you, I watch horror movies anyway, so why not? And why not watch Kurosawa with you guys? And talk about that movie. So yeah, so there's that's a tentative schedule. Kurosawa, 2 o'clock Saturday, probably. And I'll make this official in about a day or so. Friday mid afternoon, early evening. Just to chat along with you guys, Patreon members, and then probably Friday night do a watch along. We'll see what people want to do. William, what's your opinion on a rumor a serious center of the questions earlier? I think that's cool. I think that's cool. I love the question. I love the question. I love what the question. I mean, if you look at Rorschach off of Watchmen, like, he was heavily influenced by the question. The question they had some DC Black Label stuff that came out with the question about a year or so ago. I enjoyed the question. I enjoy the premise of the question. I think he'd make a perfect movie. How you doing, Antonio Baker? Yep, hit the like button and subscribe. Yep, hit it. Woohoo! Uh, I'm like a 7. William, can the new gods work in James Gunn's DCU, or do you think that might have to go to Earl Souls? No. Um, I guess I think they can. I don't think you should ever put the new gods on an Elseworlds per se because of their uniqueness to the multiverse. But like it all, a lot of it is going to depend on if he decides what new gods is he going to scrap all that came before. That would suck. I mean, that would be a waste. Or is he going to even attack the new? Is he going to even dive into the new gods anytime soon? It may be years down the line. I don't know if he'll touch the new gods right away because of the fact that obviously the Zack Snyder's Justice League, the comparisons are going to be out there. Who knows if he even gets the new gods? To be honest with you, who knows? I mean, right now, when anybody asks me a question about the future of what James Gunn's doing beyond Superman Legacy, there is no future for me. As far as I'm concerned, it's Superman Legacy. I'm intrigued and interested what he may be doing after that, but I don't know if he's going to get a shot to do that. I mean, you have to understand that. And I always say this: you can give me your 10-year plan. That's great, and it can sound great. But when you're only on a 4-year contract, you're basically like a coach with an option on your contract. And if Superman Legacy, regardless of the quality of the movie, does not do well, and we have to deal with reactionary management, reactionary investors, and people who just react instead of think, we may not get anything beyond that. It's just like the Superman Returns. Superman Returns was supposed to be the beginning of a whole new franchise, but that movie bombed, and no one wanted to invest money into anything else. They thought, I think it was Brian Singer, who they thought they were going to get another one, and they're like, nah, your movie didn't even break 400 million. So I don't even know if James Gunn would even get a chance to do anything beyond that. And like I said, there's just too many things that can change. That. I mean, Dad's could be like, you know what, I'm stepping down, or we're in the middle of a sale. If it gets sold, if DC gets sold again, or Warner gets sold again, that person, if someone were to purchase Warner Brothers within the next 2 years, and this is hypothetical, that person may not want to even stick with James Gunn. So yeah, we're a long way from new gods right now. James Gunn's slate is Superman Legacy, and that's it for me. I'm not going to fool myself into getting excited about anything else because I don't know if anything else is going to happen. All right, sound off. What do you mean? Am I not? Can you not hear me? Or are you just talking to somebody else? Hold on. You're about to hear me over my own thing. Oh, no, you can hear me. We're at 11 likes. Come on, guys, get me up to 20. Even I know it's a lazy Sunday. All right, let's see. No more strike talk. Damn it. No more strike talk, please. Hopefully, we will not have a reason to talk strike. Uh, it was weird. Aaron's asked me, "Did you like the Vegemite William?" Fun facts: Vegemite just turned 100 this year. I think the Vegemite I ate might have been 100 years old. It's a weird tangy taste. I don't know what to. I've never tasted anything like it before. Is it really popular in where you're in Australia? Like I said, I'm a fool. The only reason I wanted to eat it because it was in that Men at Work song. That's the only reason I even know what it is. And I'm horrible. Listen, Australians, people, if you probably want to punch me in the head because all I do is ask you dumb questions about Australia. I'm sorry. To every Australian person I'm going to meet, I'm sorry for all the dumb, stereotypical questions I'm going to ask you. I just have to know because all I see is on TV. I'm thinking like if we meet somebody up from Australia, they're like the toughest people in the world because they have to like escape crocodiles and they're running from trapdoor spiders and there's Tasmanian devils and stuff out there. But yeah, then you talk to somebody they live in like Queensland or something. They're not even they live in a city. He's like, mate, we do have cities in Australia. I'm like, no, it's just all outback. But no, it was very tasty. How you doing, Jacob McKenzie? Here it comes. Jacob's about to hit me. Here we go. Oh, William thought on 94% of the audience of Five Nights at Freddy's this weekend were under the age of 35. Yeah, but that's the game. Almost all, 100% of the people that I sent, of the 55 people I sent to Five Nights at Freddy's, were all under the age of. Oh no, there was one old guy who just went for the hell of it because he wanted to experience it because he didn't know what it was, and he wanted. He's like, "What? I hear people talking about this. I want to go." I'm like, "Okay." But most of everybody, and they had their kids. Yeah, they were all at 35 or below. Yeah, that's the game, I guess. Like I said, I truly didn't know what the hell it was until until we started promoting it. There's actually a documentary on the making of what went to Dr. Monroe. It's very interesting. Oh, you're talking about do the yeah. When evil lurks is well timed too. It doesn't linger too long. All right, cool. William thought of Christopher Nolan says he doesn't like the term biopic as an entirety of a person's life. It can actually be conveyed. He Nolan says he doesn't like the term biopic as the entirety of a person's life can be. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Because when we're talking about Oppenheimer, that wasn't the entirety of his life. That was the Manhattan Project. So yeah, when you're talking about biopic, I think biopic still technically is the right term because whenever you're doing, it's still his life, even though it's not his entire life. I guess I don't know. It says as a term a reductive view of a human being, not necessarily, not necessarily. And remember, he's got a weird, narrowish view of things. That guy. William, incorrect question from my previous. Wow, now I'm confused. You already confused me, Anthony. William, incorrect question from my previous question. Would you rather have New Gods and Elsewhere or DCU Prime? No, I got your question. You technically cannot really have. I mean, because like I said, the New Gods are unique to the multiverse. There's only one set of them that exist outside of the multiverse. But I would okay, but to bluntly answer your question, no, I would rather have them in DCU Prime because I technically think they should not exist in the Elseworlds. So yeah, it would be DCU Prime. Yeah, I think they should be in DCU too. I just don't know if he's going to get that chance. Like I said, without we don't know how successful Superman's going to be. What we also don't know is if Superman is going to be successful enough for the investors, enough for the the stockholders is going to be enough. I mean, even if it's critically acclaimed, if where's Warner gonna be with their debt situation to the point where just it being critical acclaim is enough. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Like I always say, if Zaslav sat people down and said, "We're in this for the long haul. This is gonna hurt for a little bit," and they said, "Okay, we're in," then you have as much time as you need. But if he didn't have that conversation, and I'm not so quite so sure he has, if they see a $385 million or less outcome to this movie, you may not see another James Gunn movie. I don't. In order for me to get excited for anything beyond Superman Legacy, I would need to know the mentality of the people and what kind of conversation that David Zaslav had with him. Hi, Kingdom of Nerve, Booster, what's going on? William is on an Exodus Believer, crossed 120 million at the box office. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. I know they spent money to get it, but I also realize that they're probably going to make their money overall over the 3 movies that they're going to do. The next one is Deceiver, so look for those people, some of those people to come back. Obviously, we saw some returns in there. I won't spoil it for you. William thought of Five Nights at Freddy opens up to 78 million domestically, the biggest opening ever for a Halloween weekend. When you consider the movies that have come out on Halloween, you have the Saw movies that usually come out around now. That's pretty good. That Halloween itself has come out around then. But like I said, this game had a crap load of appeal. I mean, like I said, it caught me off guard, but I'm in the minority. Because apparently the rest of the world not only knew what the hell this was, they really love that shit. Let's see. How you doing, Hunter Iggy? I saw you pop in here. Thought I saw Hunter Iggy somewhere in there. I must have missed him. Okie dokie. All right, William thought of Five Nights at Freddy opens up 130 million worldwide, only 25 million budget. One of the biggest openings ever for a horror movie or a video game adaptation. Yeah, like I said, I was once I understood exactly what how much of a scope this thing had, I'm like, that didn't surprise me at all. If you join the movie Patreon stream that covers airfare and hotel expenses, just go see Rebel Moon at Sci-Fi Center, right? Yeah, sure. Okay. Sorry, I'll rent the theater out, but you're gonna have to get your way here. By the way, I'm just trying to figure out how many people we're gonna have. I really want everybody who's able to be there streaming and all that stuff, because I want to do an actual day of it. But it is close to Christmas time, so who knows. Well, because when you hear this girl saying she's not doing it on purpose, but she sounds like Ronnie. Oh, you're talking about that I forgot what you're talking. I knew we were talking about a song that was a cover. I think it was Rainbow. Mario did worse than Five Nights at Freddy on opening, but Mario had huge legs though. So when thought on Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour has passed 200 million worldwide on a budget of 15 million. Well, yeah, I mean the budget was basically having a camera around while she did the damn tour, so that's pretty good. Fourth, that I will track my cynicism. Blumhouse is doing God's work along with Lionsgate and A24. Well, Lionsgate is a major, a major movie company. I mean, they're not the biggest, but yeah, they're not they're not as small as like A24. But yeah. Let's see, William, thoughts on MILF Magnet? Okay, what's the context of that question? What's the type? Is there a movie called MILF Magnet? Because I'm pretty sure I coined that phrase, and if anybody is using it, they owe me some money. Nah, there's no MILF Magnet. Hilarious if there was. So I should get that. I should actually have T-shirts and magnets actually made up with that. Make some money off of it. Spider-Man William has mid taste in men. He's sleeping on. I have no taste on men. I, I'm a horrible judge of whether I mean, I don't, I still don't know how a fellow sleestack looking person like myself is getting all these hot chicks. You look at his resume the past year, he ain't missing out on nothing. And I'm like, okay, get on him, yeah. Everybody's treating Flowers and Killer Moon like a piece of. I mean, it's a Scorsese movie. All right, William. Do you think Henry Cavill would make a great Dracula if they remade it? I guess he's a good enough actor. I mean, it depends, and a lot of it is going to depend on how he looks and where he's at acting wise. I mean, I have he hasn't been in a lot of movies, to really, I mean, yeah, I never say no to an actor playing a certain role because I know there's makeup chairs, there's screenwriters, there's directors, there's action coaches. There's a lot of people that can turn those people into what I think they are, from what I think they are into something that I never expected, like the whole Heath Ledger situation. So I'd go for it. What's your William Anthony Beltre? What's your opinion on Kevin Feige hated how Marvel didn't have a creative control over the pre-MCU films made by other studios? Talking about rights, um, he wouldn't have a job if that weren't the case, because Marvel would have been bankrupted. That's the only way Marvel stayed afloat was by selling the rights to Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all that. That's the only reason why he even has a job and a company to work for. To be honest with you, I mean, because remember they were on the verge of disappearing, and they were on the verge of being sold for a very, very low price and probably broken up. In which case, there's no Marvel Studios, there's no Marvel for Disney to buy. So yeah, it's I understand what he's saying, because he had to go forth with his universe without a lot of major pieces. But at the same time, had they not done that, had they not sold that control and those IPs when they did, he would be around. He wouldn't. They what they sold got him, because remember, he worked with the Fox movies and stuff like that. So he came up through the aftermath of that sale. So I don't know, I understand what he's saying, but hey, we need to show William and Brucifer together. Who knows? When do you want to do it? I think I been on the screen with you, Brucifer? Spider-Man, everybody like, damn, still gotta watch that movie I didn't see. Use my free time for. Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie. William, what's your opinion on Marvel Studios reporting planning to produce more multi-season shows rather than limited series? Good. I mean, WandaVision, I only needed one season to see. I didn't like that, but I would like to see more of Falcon and Winter Soldier, but that's leading into a movie. But Loki, give me as much Loki as the story allows. When they do Daredevil, depending on what their Daredevil looks like, if I like it, I want to see more of it. So yeah. Limited series have their places, but so does continuity. So I'm on board for both. Just when you do these, I would more than 6 episodes though, please, if you're gonna do regular series. Just go wait, Larry. Here's Larry has somebody. Oh jeez. Oh, you guys are summoning Larry Krakowski. William, did you see that apparently Marvel's planning on releasing Thor 5 before Secret Wars goes out? Why? I mean, I heard Taika Waititi's not going to be part of it, and who I love his work, but his Thor work is fucking dreadful. The Thor movies suck, in my opinion. All right, first one was boring. Second one was boring. The third one, in my opinion, was a fucking disaster. I don't care how much money it made. It was just a combobulated mess, and they threw everything at you to make sure that you didn't focus on just how bad Thor was as a standalone character. He's great when they put him alongside the Avengers, but his movies suck. So I don't need another Thor 5. I don't need a Thor 5. I'm okay with the character. When you want to put him on there with Avengers or anything else, I've had enough of that character, and every one of his movies has just been an absolute abysmal waste of time for me. So Thor 5 might be Blue Beetling that if it happens. If I even do that, to be honest with you. Because to be honest with you, I can, unless you're going to tie Thor to something that's actually relevant that I actually have to watch to care about, I probably wouldn't even watch it on streaming. So yeah, sorry. What if the terrified director Damien Leone wants to remake Friday the 13th? No, no. Take Halloween and Friday the 13th and lock them in a time capsule and keep them there for a minimum 10 years. No, no. Larry's watching Curb. Brando was a liability, but damn could he yak. Yeah, and that's what they said. If you watch that proposal, it's exactly what they would say. William said he would try to make them as scary as possible because I think there's something that they kind of lost in his movies went long. You just start getting comfortable with these villains. The problem with that is you kind of take away what makes him Friday the 13th special. The kills and the hilarity of it is ridiculous. You can't really do that with those movies, in my opinion. Jason's not there to scare you. You're there for the art of what he's about to do. How is he going to kill these fools? If you take that away, you might take away the movie. And you need to be scared of them. No, I don't. I need to enjoy them is what I need to do, but that's just me. William called me a parasite to his stream. And you got a worm there. That's nasty. William, what is your opinion on Edgar Wright's Running Man remake? Is looking to begin. I don't need it. Running Man to me was just one of them fad movies I saw on a Saturday afternoon. Richard Dawson's in it. It's kind of a lame movie in my opinion. I really never liked Running Man, and I don't know if what you get out of remaking it. It's the same premise. It's still kind of stupid. And that was back when game shows were really popular. Now it's like you don't really have that vibe. But I'll give it a look. William thought of Invincible showrunner Simon Rakopia. I fucked that up. Was asked about a crossover with Spider-Man. You got to. I please don't. Please don't. Good morning, evening. How you doing, Lex J? Man, good stuff coming. Invincible. David Fincher's a killer. Well, one of those. William thought of Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro all want to return for Cesario 3. You know what? The first two were good. I saw them both. They make money. Why not? Let's see. 21 viewers. Ooh, wow. Where did we go here? Did we get up 25 views? Yeah, smash the like button. Where are we at here? Where are we at on likes? Let's see. We are at refresh this so I don't hear my voice. Mute. Ooh, I sound like Kermit the Frog. We're at 13. Come on. Get up to 20. Keep my average going. RJ, past his bedtime. Oh no, I disagree. Paradise was something truly special and generational. And you know what? You're not alone. I mean, the Academy loved it. A lot of film credit. I just didn't. I just didn't think it was the best. And I'm not saying it's an awful movie, but I read the list of things that it was up against that year and directors he was up against that year, and I didn't think he was the best one. I mean, even if you think it was a cool movie and it was different and generational, so were the other movies on that list. So were the other directors on that list. This is my opinion. If I were voting, I would not have. He would not have had my vote either for the director or best movie. And no, it wasn't the best release movie that year, but that's all subjective. Where it's an opinion, but no. And I like his work. Boon Joon is a great director. I've yet to not love one of his films. I didn't love Parasite. I thought Parasite was a really good movie. I didn't love it like The Host. I love The Host. His other movies, like I said, I do South Korean horror. I love South Korean horror. I've done Philippine. I did and obviously he's one of the main ones that you come across when you're doing any type of Asian horror. But I just didn't love Parasite. It's been a stellar year for movies, but there's been some gems in the mix. I enjoyed Talk to Me quite a bit. A lot of people did. Jacob McKenzie. Okay, let's see. Oh wow, come on, dude. That's where your mind went, fourth. I apologize for fourth there. Odyssey makes. Well, you have cheese danishes too. You have cheese danishes that have chocolate. Was that what kind of cheese? How you doing? Fun. Well, chocolate cheesecake for sure, and peanut butter added. Okay, I got you. Well, mozzarella. Use mozzarella. It's great in baking. Mozzarella with chocolate. That's interesting. That's interesting. Caden, how you doing? I don't think you've ever been to my channel. Wow, I really must be getting up there if I have Caden paying me. Honestly, it makes sense. Evening pay. You guys are crazy. All right, let's see. William, what's your Anthony Beltray? William, what's your opinion on if it's unclear Daredevil board game will keep its original 18 episodes counting following create? I really hope it does because I don't like these really short shows because the ebb and flow of the shows, if you're gonna I love series. I love having episodes to get involved and talk about and develop and I get to grow along with the characters and all the characters. They're supporting characters that get more time than they were in a movie. But if you're gonna give them the time for episodes, give them at least 8 to 10 episodes. I love 18 episodes because that's closer. I think most of these streaming shows should shoot for that because I think it would help keep retention because 6 episodes and it's over with, 18 episodes. Okay, that's 18 weeks. The 18 weeks, and if you put a gapper in the middle, like Stranger Things did, you say you go 20 weeks. You got me for almost 4 months. Got me for a quarter of the year. And then if you have something ready, even if it's a shorter movie, you got me, you keep me going. But these series are too short, 6 to 8 7. So I really hope that Daredevil Born Again keeps its episode count. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do a lot. Like I said, this coming weekend. Now, like I said, this was the first weekend past the chaos that was Halloween weekend. So we're going to here we go. We're going to do a lot with the Patreon stuff this weekend. So like I said, this weekend I couldn't because it was just so much going on. But I really enjoy the Patreon streams. The audience loves the Patreon streams. They love to watch along. The fucking duck. I can't believe how many people watched Howard the Duck. I'm like, what? What? Still watching it. The viewership goes every day. I'm like, what? But Blue Beetle did well. And then just a normal Patreon. The one Patreon stream, I just jumped on to talk to you guys for an hour, just to introduce, this is the kind of stuff we're going to be doing for the Patreon channel because we had just started. I didn't realize that was going to turn into a 2.5 hour conversation with that many people watching it. So I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy engaging with people. It's why I run a business, why I opened a business. It's why, I eventually got into YouTube. I mean, I like, it's cool. I like watching movies. I like watching movies with people. So Saturday, this coming weekend, we're going to see a lot of Patreon activity, a lot of YouTube activity. And like I said, the more I can integrate it to what we're doing at the Sci-Fi Center, the better. All right. Wow, this is a long one, Jacob. William, it's like I'm gonna start calling you the interrogator, Jacob. William, thought on Apple and Paramount have reached out to theaters who have added intermission to Killers of the Flower Moon, saying that they violated their contract and telling them to show the film as is. That's a big one. That's a 3.5 hour movie, though, man. I mean, the theaters got to do, what you got to do. I don't think, to be honest with you, if hold on for a second. Just making sure I'm not missing your guys' messaging on my thing here because I have a okay. That's a 3.5 hour movie. If you're a theater, you're trying to make money, you're trying to here's the double limit that the theater has. So 3.5 hour movie, you're already at limited screenings. Not only can you not show that movie as many times, but you're limiting the concessions. So if I got a 3.5 hour movie and I make the bulk of my money as a theater, as a concession stand, I'm going to break it up. I want you to go to the bathroom, so you can pee. Shit, it's a 3.5 hour movie, and I want you to go get some popcorn, maybe another hot dog, maybe because if I'm losing the screen time, I want to make it back with the food. You get a 10-15 minute break. I think it's reasonable. Now I understand the artists who created these movies wanted to be shown as is and all this, but the theater's got to make money. They're only getting 35% of that ticket, and they're not getting that many screenings of it. So I understand both ways, I guess. But if it's in their contract, then it's in their contract. I wouldn't have put some shit like that in my contract. I'd be like, you give us the movie. We know our audience. We know we've been at this for a while. I mean, I wouldn't have put that in the contract. No, I did not. I am going to watch it later on this evening or this morning coming up. I watched it. I'm going to give it a review. Like I said, I was totally taken aback by it. I didn't know what the hell it was. I looked at it. I was like, Chuck E. Cheese killing kids. Okay, But yeah, like I said, I still got posters and stuff and shit to give away for Friday. But I will see you tonight. The numbers just started. What you got, Larry? I'm what are you guys doing? What am I missing? Number weighing? What the hell is that? What is that? Are you guys gonna get me kicked off of YouTube? Stop it. When it comes to WB, believe what they say when cameras are rolling, especially with James. Yeah. Well, and like I said, I'm gun shy. No pun intended, but I'm just I understand how this corporate thing works. You can tell me we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then when it happens, and like I said, let's just say it's a fucking masterpiece. The Superman Legacy is a masterpiece, but it doesn't make a lot of money because the audience just has walked away from DC and just has no intentions of coming back anytime soon. Even if they do come back later on, it'll be after this movie ran its course. But it doesn't pull in the kind of money that the investors, and now like I said, all depends on where WBD is as a company. They where their debt level is, how attractive are they? Have they driven down the debt enough to where they now are attractive to a company to maybe want to buy them? And if another company buys them, and David Zaslav decides that's my end game, and he retires, somebody else is going to come in, and I can't believe that. If you spend that much money, even if it's a devalued Warner Brothers Discovery, if you spend that kind of money, say you spend $35 billion on it, or even if you go $40 billion, you're not spending that money to come in and inherit someone else's stuff. Just the same way, James Gunn wouldn't have wanted to. But an owner of a company, stockholder, they're going to want to come in and do something with those IPs if it happens. But we don't know what's going to happen. So right now, Superman Legacy, and that's it. That's all that's all I can think about when it comes to James Gunn. Superman Legacy, because he'll have time within his contract to make that movie and do that movie. And then if that movie does great, if it I don't think Superman Legacy should have to make $1 billion for you to continue. I mean, if you make it and if it's the cornerstone of your franchise and you think you can continue to build off of that quality, I think you should be able. You should plan out and go ahead. But we all know how reactionary executives are, and it doesn't matter who the executives are, whether it was the old regime or the new regime. It's money is still green, and people want more of that green. So, like I said, it's once I see cameras rolling, and not only rolling, I got to see continuity. It's just not going to, for me, it's just not going to be good enough to see Superman Legacy for me to get me back, that excited for you. I need to see Superman Legacy and the next thing. And the next thing after that, I need to see that there's a cohesive momentum heading into your thing before I even waste any more time on it. Jacob, what thought on Constantine director Francis Lawrence on James Gunn and DC Films involvement in a sequel? Let's see. Larry, what's up? He said that the conversation has involved them because they're part of the people who have control of the rights. But really, this is a project that Akiva Goldsmith and Keanu Reeves and I are doing. Well, the conversation would involve Warner Brothers. It wouldn't necessarily involve James Gunn. It would involve Warner Brothers. It would involve his bosses, because if they did it, I don't know if they would do it as a continuation of something that they're already doing. I don't know if it would be part of James Gunn's universe. He could possibly be involved, but I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know if that's a good idea. To if other, like I said, other projects come from the outside, I think those should be handled by the studio. I don't know if you want that because not everybody's going to want to work with James Gunn. Not everybody's going to want to have their stuff put with another thing. Maybe they want their stuff sterile. I mean, who knows? All right. I look. What the hell is one number one? What the hell is that? I don't know what you guys are doing in my chat. William, what's your opinion on David Fincher says Mindhunter season 3 will never happen? You know what? Why do you have to come in here and ruin shit for me, Anthony? First of all, I never believe someone when they say never. Maybe because I come from a boxing generation where all those guys are retired all the time, and you just saw me. George Foreman said I'd never come back, came back, won a world title. Sugar Ray Leonard, how many times he retired? Never. I don't believe in never, but I believe in after opera. Let's see. When did he say this? Oh, he said this back in February. But did he say something new? Let's see. He said it to Forbes. This was back in February 21st. All right, I'm very proud of the first 2 seasons, but it's a very expensive show, and in the eyes of Netflix, we didn't attract enough of an audience to justify such an investment for season 3. Don't blame them; they took the risk to get the show off the ground, gave me the means to make this black make to do Mank and the way I wanted to do it, and they allowed me to venture down new paths with the killer. It's a blessing to be able to work with people who are capable of boldness. The day our desires are not the same, we have to be honest about parting ways. I was like, I guess, but here's the thing, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be Netflix. People sell shit to Netflix. You know, I would be heartbroken if there wasn't it's a great show. It's one of the best things, and if not the best thing Netflix ever put out. So I would be saddened if that would happen. I don't even care about superheroes anymore. Video games will be the next movie. You know what? Hey, the numbers are there to support that. That possibility, not necessarily that reality, but that possibility. William Davis said it's a very interesting show. Now, yeah, I just read that. Yeah, but that was back in February. I predict Darkseid, Joe Prolong, in Superman Legacy. Maybe he'll get killed by King Shark. Yeah, I don't want to see King Shark in outside of Suicide Squad. That movie bombed because it sucked. If they mention him at all, it better be foreshadowing. Yeah, they should be a while. All right, William thought on Transformers producer Lorenzo D. Bonaventura says the 2008 writer's strike really screwed up the Revenge of the Fallen. The problem is that you don't get to evolve your script. Well, that film wasn't very good. William, do you think Ava's New Gods and Juan the Trench were hastily canceled? I don't think the Trench ever existed. I thought the Trench was actually just a working title for what they eventually ended up doing with Aquaman, but that's just me personally. I think those movies could have fleshed out things. Yeah, I did, but you got to realize you had bad management wanting to take things in their own direction, and they wanted to put their stamp on things, and that's but yeah, I agree. Hastily canceled. But I do think I thought that the Trench was going to become Aquaman 2. I'm not sure. I've never. Yep. Don't be lazy. Hit the like button. See where we're at. We're still at 12. Oh, no. We're at 13. Come on, man. Begging for likes like a little dog with bacon treats. All right, what's this number thing? William, try fruit preservatives. I got some sugar-free strawberry and blackberry ones, perfect with peanut butter. Not a big fan of peanut butter. You know why? The texture of peanut butter as a little kid, that's two things. There's two textures that I just never really connected with. Peanut butter and yogurt. The texture of yogurt just all over. It just made me always gave me, weird vibes. But I am. My mom does do the fruit, the sugar-free fruit preserves. I'm cutting a lot of sugar out of my diet, even my Starbucks. And you guys know I'm a Starbucks addict. It's sugar-free, so I'm trying. What is number weighing? It just sounds nasty. What are you guys doing? William, thought on Arnold Schwarzenegger says his rivalry with Sylvester Stallone got out of control when we tried to derail each other. Yeah, it got kind of crazy. But those were your big alphas from that era. They were basically it was one or the other. Claude Van Damme, maybe Chuck Norris, but he said we each had to have the best body. We had to kill more people in our films, and we had to yeah. And you know what? I enjoyed all that shit. Yeah, I enjoyed it all. Spider-Man, you think Gunn will use his out of place try hard music for Superman Legacy? Not necessarily, because that's a different mission. I mean, the stuff that you've seen from James Gunn isn't necessarily the style that he'll use. Uh, Rational Skeptic, WB Door, Warner Brothers Discovery board members need to give Gunn time to win audiences back. They shouldn't judge him. The film judge him until the first 5 movies and the starting new cinematic universe takes time. Well, they're not going to. I agree with you. I agree that that's what should have happened with Zack Snyder. And I think if you do not give him a time to develop this, you risk permanently damaging your brand. But the reality is, it's just not going to happen. If like I said, I need to know what kind of conversation David Zaslav had with these people who bought into Warner Brothers Discovery when they went through this, when they chose this path. And I need to know how receptive they are. If they were saying, you know what, Dave, we trust you, take as much time as you need, let's see how it goes. You know, if it's great, if the critics love it, we know we have something. If that's a conversation you have, then yeah, James Gunn has as much time as he may need. But if it's the usual conversation that's been had, the reactionary conversation, because money is the money situation is real. It's a business. These guys are in business to make money. They're in business to make transactions. They don't think about Superman Legacy and James Gunn as like the fanboys that we are. There our perception of success is nothing like what theirs are. They may not give a shit whether it's a great movie or not. They just want, they might want their stock to split or whatever. They're not looking at it. They're not sitting on YouTube like me. They're not sitting in chat rooms. They're not saying, "Oh, it's a wonderful movie." They're looking at, and they may have goofy expectations. Remember, BBS is stupid ass expectations. That's the kind of dumb shit that they were listening to. And that just being that stupid about it and reactionary about it was why we got what we got and why everything got ruined. So I agree with you, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think if the movie doesn't do, and it all depends on where we are at with Warner Brothers Discovery financially by then. And it may not, Superman Legacy may not be the only thing that is part of the consideration when if they decide that they don't want to go forward. There could be other things, a combination of things that are like in Superman Legacy. If it doesn't go bonkers, it's just one of those things that might add to the pie. But who knows? And that's the thing. I don't know. I don't have any faith or confidence that I'll get anything beyond Superman Legacy. Because if that faith or confidence was warranted, I would have gotten the rest of the original arc that I spent 7, 8, 9 years invested in. So, gotta wait and see. Anthony, did you see Matt Reeves apparently is planning a TV series on HBO Max or Jonathan Crane? Yeah, I saw that. I'll give it a shot. I enjoyed the Batman, but I don't know. I mean, at concept phase, I'm just not that excited about it. But let me see a trailer. I might change my mind. Jacob, what your thought on Black Phone 2 picks up June 27, 2025. Release date at Universal. Blumhouse says the sequel will be a launch of the new franchise. Yeah, I think that was always we promoted that movie. I think that was always their case. All right. William thought on Warner Brothers has now placed Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom to release 3 days before their other film, The Color Purple, and Wonka all over the They don't give a fuck about any of those movies. That's, if you notice, they moved the movies that they cared about to what they consider to be safe places, and they just left these out into the. They left these movies out to the woods, the wolves. So I haven't. I mean, I've seen trailers and stuff for Wonka, but if you look at previous movies that are being released in that particular time, there's a lot more momentum and a lot more. And I understand there's a strike going on, but it just they like Dune. They moved Dune, and they didn't move these movies. That just gives me a warm, not so warm fuzzy about what they're thinking about that one. All right, let's see. They have to do new. They may, like I said, they may not get a chance. There's no guarantee that we're getting anything beyond Superman Legacy until I see cameras rolling on things beyond Superman Legacy. And when you're talking about the new gods, we're years away. You know, I would be shocked if he came in with new gods and everything so close to unless he was going to sign Ray Porter and say, hey, you're the dark side for the multiverse. Maybe I can see it, but I don't. I'm not 100% certain. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain that we're not going to get it, but I'm not 100% certain that we'll get far enough into this arc to where we get to a dark side. That may be somewhere way down the line, but or he may start off the movie with him in a can. I don't know. But like I said, to me, the eventually part of it is the tricky part because I don't know if there is an eventually part with all this. Like I said, don't think like fanboys. Think like stockholders. Look at the history of the type of people who have bought Warner Brothers stock and hold high positions at Warner Brothers, positions that can have a bearing on David Zaslav's position. Remember, Gunn is David Zaslav's hire. So if any multitude of things happen to where David Zaslav is no longer in that spot, whether it be retirement, a merger, and a new person takes over, something like that, then that guy may want their guy. It's like when a GM takes over a team, he a lot of times he dismisses the coach because he wants his coach. He wants to run his offenses, So who knows? But like I said, it's Superman Legacy, and anything beyond that to me is a bonus. William, there will be new owners of WB by the time Batman 2 comes out in 2025. I don't think it'll be that soon because I don't know if anybody is going to. It's like I said, who's going to assume that debt? And if you're talking about Amazon and Apple, they had the opportunity to buy it, and they don't need a discount. They don't need it to fall in value. Apple and Amazon have trillions. They could have bought it outright. They chose not to. It ended up being Discovery, which is that shocks the hell out of me. So the Color Walker band, the new Barbenheimer. They may need that. They may need that help to get these movies out there. William Thorne and David Fincher says the pitch for Spider-Man film in 1999 didn't include Peter's origin story. That'd have been, I would have been okay with that. We haven't had Peter's origin story in Tom Holland Spider-Man, and he's doing just fine. When he said it wasn't like, why would you want to eviscerate the origin story? And I was like, because it's dumb. But like I said, we know the history of Spider-Man getting. I mean, that's it's like Batman's parents getting killed. William A. would do it. Said WB cancels New Gods because Zack Snyder's Justice League had Dark Side, but why did WB not want Dark Side used the most? Because remember who we're talking about. The dearly departed goofballs that ran that company made one poor decision after another. I can't give you a reasonable reason why they made those decisions because they were bad decisions. But yeah, that was the problem. William, in the comics and New God storylines in general, as convoluted as you see it, Eternals and Marvel, not necessarily. It's pretty simplistic, in my opinion. I mean, they're the same creator. I think the Eternals is more complex than New Gods. New Gods was pretty much straightforward, in my opinion. If they go through another Superman villains, they need to do Dark Side. Plus, it's a multiverse. Yeah, but once again, you got to get to that point, and I'm not 100% certain that we'll see any that much beyond this. It all depends on how it shakes out and how the people in charge feel about it, and if the people in charge that do their backing behind James Gunn are going to be the people here by 2025. There's so much that's happened in the last 2 years. So much can happen in the next 2 years. There's no guarantee that you're going to get. And people say, "Yeah, we're definitely going to get it." You're full of shit because you don't know. You're not in the boardrooms. We're not the stock analysts. We're not the people who may be talking to other people about selling their stock to somebody who may change the shape of the leadership of the company. We don't know that. And this is like it says, Zaslav that James Gunn was his hire as far as making him the head of DC Films. There's no guarantee that if he steps down or something like that, they're going to continue unless he's under long-term contract. So if I can't even guarantee that he's going to be there beyond this amount of time, how can I even get it? Start even thinking about Dark Side, the eventuality of that. I mean, I think it should happen, but like I said, I thought a whole bunch of stuff should happen, and it didn't for some of the dumbest reasons ever. So William, what's your opinion on David Fincher says he's been and talks about the social? I could do without that. I thought the Social Network sucked, so that's just me. A lot of people loved it, but I had no use for that movie. Critical acclaim is cool, and I do agree it can bring new subs, but I'm more concerned about sustainable subscriber growth. At what point does the series lose momentum? That's a good question. That's a good question. But here's the thing, though. For the most part, and even now, most people who watch normal television, which is free television, are under the dynamic of more than 8 to 10 episodes. NCIS, you know, uh, Law and Order. I mean, Big Bang Theory. These are shows. I mean, again, that's a sitcom, but these are shows that go 26 episodes normal. And you find a way to keep your momentum going. I have all the faith in the storytellers that if they decided on that, I think you just have to you have to do that kind of storytelling. See, they've been doing more episodes than they haven't. This whole 6 to 8 episodes is a streaming thing. But when you watch a normal TV, when I watch Law and Order, I'd watch that show every week. I'm catapulted into the next one. When I watch CSI or when I was watching when I'm watching NCIS, any of those series. I mean, those are 26, 27 episodes. I'm always there uh, for that type of thing. So, I think the default is the longer series. So I think that Hollywood and production companies in general know how to do that better than they know how to do the compressed. I think the compressed story actually hurts because once again, I like the series because you get to grow and develop. But if you only have 6 episodes, 8 episodes, you're not doing as much development as you need to be, and you reach people, you get people to a zenith, and then you cut them off, and then it's another year before you see them again. That I think hurts the momentum more than anything. But that's just my opinion. All right, time equals money. Building up another banger. We'll need some runway. Our existing subs going to stick around. I got questions. Those are all good questions, but it's on the management to make sure. Like I always use Game of Thrones as an example. When one dragon show leaves, the other one needs to be there. We should have very little gap in between these type of shows, even if it's not a Game of Thrones show. Something big should always be there for you. Maybe a couple of weeks in the room and get you ready for the next show. But when HBO was doing their shows, when Sopranos, I mean, one would go off, you always had something at 9 o'clock. That had at least 9 to 10 episodes in it. So they can do it, and I think they're going to have to do it because that's where the money is at. Keeping people engaged in your high-end content is where the money is at for them. So they're going to have to get it going. Now, once they get enough content, and that's where it'll stick. But right now, they don't have enough content. That's the problem. Is like I said, what's the last Game of Thrones show I had? This last with House of the Dragon. I won't get another House of the Dragon until it's gonna be almost 2 years in between. That's the kind of stuff that needs to go away. If you're gonna keep subscribers and momentum, I should be engaged as long as I'm a subscriber. You should have something for me. So yeah. And you know what? Spend the money, get the bangers out there because that's where your money is at. All right, the Barbenheimer thing was sort of getting unexpected. I really don't think we'll see anything like that again, where both movies were that successful. Like, you never know. I didn't think Barbenheimer would work. I thought it was silly, but it worked. We got Oppenheimer now, Godzilla minus one, which goes back to the atomic bomb. Godzilla minus one looks great. I cannot wait to see that movie. The Color Walker. Oh Lord. William. Ooh, hour and a half. My goodness. William. Ooh, it's almost midnight. William. Do you think when it comes to major movie studios, Lionsgate doesn't get enough respect? You think you always hear about Universal when it comes to well, Lionsgate hasn't been around that long. Lionsgate's a relatively new studio, even though it's a larger than an indie. Um, it's relatively new, and I mean they got their big thing was with Saw. That's what really broke them through. When were they founded? See, they were founded in 1997, so they're 26 years old. Um, and like I said, you're talking it's comparison to Warner Brothers and Universal that literally been around a century. They've literally been around 100 years. So yeah, that's why they don't get that kind of respect because and I'm not saying they haven't earned it, but longevity over time is what gets you that kind of credibility. They're probably worried about the pressure of trying to match Zach's Darkseid if hers didn't work. There shouldn't have been another Dark Side. Did I say Darkseid? Oh my goodness. There shouldn't have been another Dark Side to even consider. If she was going to do her movie, it should have been within that should be the Dark Side of her universe. And if they weren't going to do that, then it would have been a waste of time. William thought I have three superheroes for Cavill if he comes tomorrow: Hyperion, Captain Britain, or Sentry. I think he would be okay. All three of them. Captain Britain, it's just fine. I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to see him, but Hyperion is. I don't know at what point would you see a Hyperion, but he would do all right. Give Five Nights at Mercury's if there's a Queen sequel in the works. Ouch. What's going on, Droga? William, thought on the concept of Spider-Man: No Way Home shows Spider-Man and Doctor Strange fighting in scenes from uh Raimi and the main Spider-Man films. That would make sense. I'll probably get cut out. Spider-Man William is untrollable. He finds a way to answer the question seriously, and oh, was I not supposed to answer that seriously? Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me a legitimate question. Oops. Guess I fucked that up. Hey William, there's rumors that Godzilla minus one might have another Godzilla that's not mutated. Oh, okay. That would be weird. But that movie looks awesome, so I'll be all over it. Yes, for you, appreciate. Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Like I said, I need to. What's your schedule looking like, dude? I can bring you on one of my streams. Are you on the East Coast? Are you on the West Coast? Where you at, Christopher? Haters will be haters. I very much enjoy Five Nights at Freddy. Well, critics. I mean, fuck. You know what I feel about critics. There's not a person I sent to this movie that was going to give a shit about critics and pundits. They flocked to this movie, man. Like I said, I showed you guys the pictures. Those people were waiting for me. I opened up at 11. Those people were waiting for me when I opened up. I'm like, what is this movie? Is it like a hypnotic effect or something? Thor 3 sucked worse than Thor 4. Thor 2 is better than both, which is sad. And I think they all sucked, but it's just me. We're going to have a revisionist history approach to this phase of Marvel films. Probably. Isn't Friday the 13th becoming a show called Crystal Lake? I heard about that. I heard about that with the rights and all that. William was in Jason X. Movie's horrible. Let's see. Let's go down. Yeah, the Friday the 13th show had nothing to do with Jason. It was kind of cool. And Freddie, at the same time, Freddie had his show, which was actually kind of hilarious. He was the host of the show. It always reminded me that I know they never said that Freddie was a child molester, but it was always implied that he did more than just kill kids. And here we are cheering and laughing, and he's so funny. Let's see. Parasite is coming to HBO. I did hear something about that. William, would it make sense, in your honest opinion, to release a second Eternals movie before the establishment? Yeah, because you're talking about hyper time, and I think the Eternals and the Celestials and Scarlet Witch, there's going to be certain elements that lead into this. So I would either release them as a movie, or I'm pretty sure you're going to see them again. Even if you don't get an Eternals 2, you're going the Eternals and the Celestials and possibly the Watchers and all that are going to be very relevant going forward. So yeah. Uh, William, experiment with random recipe. It's a hobby. Alright. Chappie, dude, Thor Ragnarok is great, and the problem with Thor Love and Thunder is similar to Batman and Robin. That Taki went way too hard and over with the comedy and goof. Thor Ragnarok was not great. Thor Ragnarok was a clusterfuck. But hey, Chappie, if you liked it, great. I just thought it was a cluttered movie with a lot of wasted talent in it. So that's just me. Uh, Not necessarily. That's like saying, like I said, we've been watching before streaming decades of 26 episodes for every show you had on there. That wasn't way too long, so I would go for it. I mean, all right. MCU can barely do 8 episodes halfway decently. People, no, like I said, I think that's just bringing back the standards of what TV is. TV is 26 episodes. We settled for these 6 to 8 because that's all they could produce, but I think they could do it. Williams Blue Beetle watch along had more viewers than the. Oh wow! Hey, that's Spider Man saying that, not me. He was there though. Let's see. Streaming shows are far from cinematic. They're just longer TV shows. I mean, that's what they're supposed to be, in my opinion. Uh, if the movie's long, it has to have an intermission no matter what. I like I said, if I'm when I have my screening room at the center, and the reason we do double features is because I want to bracket you in between two movies so that you go walk around our plaza, walk around our store, walk into Sister Kim's and do all that, and then go back to the movie. I want to make it an experience. That's why I do it, commerce wise. But for a theater, it's kind of first of all, like I said, 3 hours, man. 3 hours, jeez, 3.5 hours. You want to get out, walk around. You want to get out and re-engage yourself back in the movie a little bit. Get some food. Like I said, the theaters make the majority of their money off of the concessions. Hey, it's me. All right, so, um, I needed an intermission from 2001 so I could leave the movie and not come back. As a science fiction fan, I've never been a Kubrick fan to begin with, but that is probably one of the most boring, unentertaining movies, and I know that's going to be blasphemy because it's considered a classic. That movie, if the Benadryl didn't put me to sleep, I would put that movie on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Meg 1 and Meg 2 are absolutely ridiculous and absurd fun. And they were trying the Meg movies were not trying to do anything anything special, but just be ridiculous. It's one step short of Sharknado, but it's actually good. Uh, let's see. Well, like I said, intermissions make you like if you're making the bulk of your money off of snacks, I want you out in the lobby buying some. I want you buying another $5 soda. You're thirsty. It's been 3 hours. Come get you know, unless you got the ones that have the refills, which I'm shocked that there's theaters that do that, but I go to one that does. But you know what? $5. You want another pretzel? Hey, another $8. Everybody's lined up now. You got 50, 60 people lined up again. I just made it worth it to have my doors open. That's why I'm thinking about it. Blue Beetle, yeah, I know. I just, you know why? It's because it's the first time in my life that I did not go to the movies to see a DC film. And you got to realize what Drex I've seen. I've seen Superman 3 and 4, which I thought were horrible movies. I went to Harley Quinn's Fantabulous, whatever the fuck it was. I saw that movie in the theaters. So for me to not go see a DC movie, that just tells you where my mind is and where my mind's going to be for the next few years with DC. I'm just not going to jump into that deep end of the pool until I see everyone else not drown. Then I'll jump in. Apple or Amazon are only companies that would buy it. But yeah, like I said, though, to me, like who knows? Who knows? But I just see. I mean, the only two companies that would buy WBD already have everything. I don't know if they need them or want them. But they could. But once again, they could have already, and they didn't. Like I said, Discovery was not the likely candidate to buy a major studio that's been around over a century and that has a library that WB has. All right. We are at an hour and 40 minutes. All right. See, how many likes do you guys? Let me see. Do you guys love me or do you hate me? Let's see where we're at. We're at 14 likes. Wow, you guys really. Let's see where we're at. The 14. Wow, you guys. I'm a piece of shit tonight, I guess. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's see. All right. Hey, but this whole number whammy thing you guys doing and this Epstein is banned from my chat. There's nothing good that can come from mentioning Jeffrey Epstein in my chat. Trump and Epstein. Those are things that are going to just cause all kinds of shit. No, no, no. The Tootsie summoned me earlier. Oh, geez, with his Ouija board. My thing about intermissions is it's disorienting to come back to a movie if it's not the same day. I got to restart Godfather Part 2 if I pause it. But if I'm in the theater, I can see that. But if I'm in the theater, just going to the bathroom and going to the concession line and going back, then I'm okay with it. But at home, if I turn your movie off and I'm at my house, I'm probably not going to get back to it. Let's see. Mighty Rex, didn't they use one for Irishman? Listen, I sat through Zack Snyder's Justice League without it, but I was waiting for that movie for so long, I wasn't going to leave the screen. But I thought I could be wrong. I thought Irishman had one, but I was 4 years old. All right, tooth happy never means when WB says we're going to put the full weight of our competence on it. Well, that's a good point, I guess. Yeah, season 3 of Mindhunter would have been just great. Retired or never? How you doing, St. Clinton? Just check on Pro Wrestling, Terry Funk, Ric Flair, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, Big Vince McMahon, and so many others who retired and came back one more. Dude, Ozzy Osbourne literally had a no more tours thing and went on tour afterwards. So yeah, I mean, come on. And the Eagles, remember when Hell Piece is over? Oh, we're never getting back together. Got back together, and I'm glad they did. I was actually the first like, and I was here before the show started. Then left for a bit. You did your part, man. Everybody else hates me, Larry. They all hate me. They don't want to give me likes. They're all here and they're like, we don't like him. They probably somebody probably unlikes me. Who knows? But that's fine. It's a Sunday night, so it's peanut. Oh no. Ooh, my mouth is locking up just thinking about. Let's see. Wow, that's a thing. Ooh, you're talking about two different sides of the spectrum when you come into Ooh. Yeah, there you go. Uh, well, I think Boardwalk Empire was only supposed to tell that one particular window of toy. I think at ended when it was supposed to end, just like Leftovers. Those were only supposed to be with Game of Thrones. It had gotten so expensive, I guess, for them. They're like, and then those guys were in a rush. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't like shortened seasons. So I think Game of Thrones season 8 they only had 6 episodes. It seriously needed those other 3 or other 4. All right, Spider-Man William, thoughts on the chat trying to Willie Sci-Fi Center interview with Michael J. White and Scott Adkins. It seems like the chat is putting in mad work. Good job, chat. I guess that's Brad. Brad has interviewed him before. I think Brad is going to be our connection to get that happening. I'm all for it. If anybody wants to, come to my, slum with me, I'll damn sure put him on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they set this whole thing up for failure. I don't know why. I do want to see Color Purple. That movie's a childhood corner. So yeah, the movie Whoopi Goldberg should have won her Oscar for, not Ghost. The new one looks great too. Fantasia coming for that Oscar. Yeah, I remember her on. Wasn't she on The Voice or America's Got Talent or something like that? That's where she came from. Let's see. What's going on, Ghostly? How are you doing, sir? Time yourself up. I just didn't intrigue me, but you got to realize that's almost. I don't even know why I even saw it because that's almost human interest. You know where I put human interest on my scale of anything. Oh no, sir. You TikTok. Wow, TikTok the movie. Oh my goodness. Let's see. MySpace with Tom. Dude, I want a documentary of what happened to Tom. All you ever wanted to do was be your friend, and you left him for everything else. I'm wondering if the big budget stuff needs to be spaced out for, but that could be. And if it is, my thought is this: if you want people to buy in and stay loyal to your streaming service, you're gonna have to crack open a bank. Fincher might make a 7 series to TV on it. You know what? Then fucking make 9. If you're gonna do a 7 miniseries TV series, do Mindhunters. And tell that if Netflix is it, well, you're gonna get the same amount of people watching 7 as you did in Mindhunters. Mindhunters was brilliant. And like I said, somebody Amazon buy Mindhunters from Netflix or something. I don't know. William, but the problem is what you're talking about. We can't predict the next directors, writers, actors. Yeah, that's another thing. It's dude, shit, we're still in the one that we're in now. So yeah, I agree. Don't forget, there's going to be a Harry Potter TV show that's going to be developed at the moment. Yeah, that's going to be a big thing for them. Right, William, I watched the new Get Gotti documentary series on Netflix. It's a good one from the perspective of the reporters, lawyers, government officials. Some of it was retread, but well put. Yeah, yeah. I saw that. I what they really thought of this guy, like I said, especially the lawyers, because a lot of that the one U.S. attorney, that guy's been on like everything Gotti, but I like hearing from him because it was their life to catch this guy, and he was hard to catch until things started breaking up. So yeah, Gotti's a very intriguing story. I'll watch anything with Gotti on it, even that dreadful John Travolta movie. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Pretty good. Ruth and Rowe, how are you doing from the other side of the pond? Good morning, William. Hope all of your Halloween festivities went well. They did. We got an hour back on Sunday gone. I feel messed up with the time difference. Oh, you got daylight savings over there already? We're having it this Saturday. By the way, this Saturday it's going to be a very special Saturday Overnight Live. We get it back. We get it back. We get the hour back. We right the wrong that happened to us in March. The abomination that is daylight savings ends. We're going to be on the air. I'm going to make sure I'm on the air so you can see the glee and happiness and joy in my eyes when that hour comes back to Papa. For 6 months, be an extra pep in my step. So, dead serious. Gonna have some cake. Gonna have my party hat on. I don't drink liquor, so I'll have a Mountain Dew. I don't do drugs, so hey, maybe I'll pop a Benadryl or two to get myself all freaked out. But we're gonna celebrate getting our hour back. Do not expect a traditional show this Saturday. I am going to be at my goofiest this Saturday. Remember, I want you guys to go back to daylight savings, the show we did on daylight savings when the hour was stolen us. Remember how angry I was, enraged. I think my eyes were going to pop out of my head knowing this was about to happen to me, and there was nothing I could do about it. So it's the exact opposite. I want to celebrate with you all. It's going to be a special day. Fincher. Okay, I hope Fincher makes an animated that, or just those words right there is gonna. After directing Love, Death, and Robots, maybe. Good morning to all. Hope all is well. All is good. Let's see. Oh, Ozzy, dude, Ozzy Mob. See, that's probably all the mobs. That's organized crime. That's the one I know the least about. Love and Thunder was okay, but I think it was trying too hard to capture the Guardians of the Galaxy style of the humor and the gods aspects. Was interesting though. I wonder when they'll do that battle. It just was hard for me to, like I said, I just thought it was just a big cluster salad. All right, Marvel horrors, great writers and not people no one's ever heard of. Then it could work. It's worked either way though, because they've hired writers that not everybody's heard of, and it's worked out, both ways. So I guess Uh, so yeah, I'm in the gob mob. William, and this is where I don't understand the argument from people that say it would be a mistake to make have an intermission for a movie like Killers of the Flower Moon. Lord of the Rings had it. Like I said, I'm talking. I guess I'm biased as I'm talking from somebody who makes money when I show movies, and like I said, the movie licensing cost me. I break even. So when you're there, I need you to be buying merchandise because that's the draw, or buying some popcorn. So yeah. William, I'm telling you, a few cases of Kirkland water bottles at these events, $1 a pop, you're rolling. uh, I'm in the water bottle racket. That's hilarious. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, time to flow by. It looks like I'm at Final Destination. How many finals is there? Isn't the word final supposed to be like mean something? I mean, damn. The only reason I bring up Apple and Amazon because you mentioned both trillion-dollar companies, but also they pay off the. Yeah, I mean, but what do they get out of it though? I mean, I guess yeah, they could pay it off with the change in their shoe, but what are they going to get out of it? That's what I'm curious. Let's do the Snyder cut of Overnighters, a 4-hour edition, and we've come close. I think the closest we've come is 3.5 hours. We're probably going to come close this Saturday because I want to be on the air when so that's probably going to be a long show. I'm probably going to start that show a little bit later because I want to be home. I don't want to be rolling around at 2-3 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning again. Even if we are getting our hour back, I probably want to be sitting back in an environment like this, eating my food and getting crazy. So yeah, we're probably going to do that one a little bit later. I'm going. Oh, Boardwalk Empire is great. I'm inviting myself to the yeah, Brad. I think Brad's working on that. All right, let's see. Have not watched Tulsa Queen yet, or Queen King yet. I've heard good things about it. Yeah, man. I'm gonna, like I said, not too many things I look forward to in the year. In the holidays and birthdays and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to this. You know what? I'm looking forward to them changing it to fall back and stay back. That's my motto. Fall back and stay back. I'm not giving you another hour. Screw you guys. Screw the government. No, stop it. We don't need it. If you live in a desert where it's 100,000 degrees every summer, you don't need another couple hours of daylight. Trust me. Kind of like time I still do. Yep. Time theft, baby. Yeah, about the same. You talk about Halloween. I like Halloween. Halloween, the season or the movie. I like Halloween movies too, but just not the later ones that have come out. In the meat rakes and stuff. So. I watched the film Missing last night. I was not expecting much. It was great. Anyone else watch it? Missing? Are we talk? What are we talking about? Which one? There's a couple of films. The old one, or the newer ones. If I want the series like the Watchmen and Penguin series, they need great writers, not great writers to make parents less scared. Mm. Damon Lindelof wrote that one. Let's celebrate daylight savings by rewatching it. No, listen. I don't want to waste the time I'm getting back. One thing I could think for Apple park profit over those VR rides, the theme parks that are getting more popular, they're easy swap out for IPs, use the same building. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the only reason I doubt Apple and Amazon is because they had the opportunity. They could have surely outbid Discovery, no problem, and they just decided to pass on it. So I don't know if they even want it. Hold on for 1883. Oh, that's the Paramount Plus. Yeah, Enosh is doing okay. He just did a video the other day of him shopping shopping at Walmart, looking at toys and stuff. He did a little live stream. He's doing his, just his play he just got done. Like I said, I texted him, I talked to him, so he's feeling fine. Once again, we're gonna celebrate getting time back. I don't want to throw it away. Oh, the new one. Okay, I've not seen the new one. Oh yeah, I did not see that movie. I sent people to it when she's tracking her social media and stuff. Yeah. Squash the like button, and a sub like you haven't had like flies. Okay, cool. Actually that was an actual release. That was actual theatrical release. It's on the streamer now probably, but all right, guys, we are at 2 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night and watch what was I gonna watch? Oh, I'm gonna watch Five Nights at Freddy's. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna pop open Five Nights at Freddy, see how creepy that movie is. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Where are we at? We're at 50. Woo! 50 people love me. And I know I'll get more likes and stuff after, like I said, the majority of you are going to watch this stream during decent hours of the day for a lot of you. A lot of my people international or some of you are watching now, but some of you are watching a couple of hours. My East Coasters are it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I know I'm going to get it up there. So if you're watching this later on, please like, subscribe, share, join the conversation. All right, let's see what we're gonna do here. All right, so this has been a rough week as far as people leaving the planet. We still don't know what happened to Matthew Perry. I don't know if it was a stroke, heart attack, or any natural causes. They're still investigating that. Richard Roundtree passed away at 81 earlier this week. Shaft, Richard Mole, who I didn't even know was 80, passed away. And like I said, when we talked to Brad last night, the conversation started drifting over to some of the people who died young by their own hands. Um, don't be the hole that is left in someone's life. Someone that you think doesn't care. Trust me, somebody is going to miss you, and somebody is going to go through all these things in life, and your place on that picture is going to be empty. That graduation, that prom, that wedding, that Christmas, that Thanksgiving, all the things that you should be there for is going to be missing. So let's fill that void. 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline, 24/7 call, text, or chat. If you're doing okay, don't assume that everyone around you is. Hand this off to them. Just throw it out there. Who knows who's going to catch it? Whoever catches it is going to need it. So no harm done there. All right, guys, it's been a nice little 2-hour stream. Only meant to come on for a little bit, but the conversation went where it went. Thank you for being the best part of the YouTube experience. Thank you for the 17,500 views. Thank you for the likes that we had now, and like I said, the viewership on the shows is creeping up. Not quite the big YouTuber yet, but I'm going at my own little pace. All right, guys. You guys have a great morning. And like I said, I will see you tonight from both the Sci Fi Center's proper page and the Point Action Lounge. See you later.